Hello. This is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker, and today is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. In this area of Kentucky, Lexington, the temperature today high will be around 50 degrees. Plentiful sunshine. Winds light and variable. Sunrise at 7:49 a.m. Sunset at 5:21 p.m. 4 more days to Christmas, folks. Monday is Christmas Eve. Tuesday is Christmas Day. In this area, there will be temperatures in the high 50s and light rain on both days. So, if you're watching the sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Talk about it on WhatsApp. And if you're watching the sideshow on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, the sideshow coffee cup, 11-ounce black ceramic with the sideshow logo on it, dishwasher safe, good for all beverages, hot and cold. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. And I will make this comment when I first started making this cup available. It was at $8 a cup, but I've since raised the price to $17, hoping that it will stay that way through the next couple of cost of living raises. So, pay me through Cash App, $ TR Parker 1, the sideshow coffee cup. So, looking at the news and items in the news around, less than a week to go for Christmas. So let's move around and see what's happening a little bit. Some of the items in the news are things that I've run across in scrolling on the internet. Number one, New Madrid earthquake. This past Saturday, December 16th, marked the 212th anniversary of a magnitude 7.5 earthquake in New Madrid. Here's another one. Quote goes, I should be able to enjoy my own life, but everywhere I go, people tell me I look exactly like him. The bizarre lawsuit against Michael Jordan. So it reads, Alan Eckhart of Portland, Oregon, took an uncommon move in 2006 when he filed a lawsuit against Michael and Nike, asking $416 million in damages. Eckhart alleged that the repeated comparisons to MJ were causing him emotional hardship and harassment. I play ball, and people constantly stop and look at me. I'm constantly being harassed, Eckhart argued. I should be able to enjoy my own life, but everywhere I go, people tell me I look exactly like him. And I did see a picture of them side by side. I don't see how that's possible, but maybe in his style of ball play, since he says he does play basketball. Eckhart later abandoned the claim, which had sought $416 million from both Michael Jordan and Nike CEO Phil Knight. The sum he was looking for was mind-blowing, even if the recognition caused him inconvenience in life. This unusual case stands out in the weird world of celebrity lawsuits as a testament to the unexpected challenges that fame can bring, even to individuals who never wanted it. However, as long as there are sports celebrities, there will be those attempting to use them in order to gain their 15 minutes of fame. Just thought I would put that one out there. NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hospitalized in LA after breaking his hip. Now, I will say this as a side comment. Sometimes people take falls, especially now that the winter weather officially starts on the 22nd of this month. Ice and snow, things of this nature, and they just manage to get up and proceed, and they might have pain in their hip but never really go to the doctor because they figure it's because they fell and may be suffering a broken hip and not have it diagnosed as such. So, we are all deeply appreciative of all the support for Kareem, especially from the Los Angeles Fire Department, who assisted Kareem on site, said Deborah Morales, longtime partner of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was taken to a Los Angeles hospital. Morales thanked the amazing medical team and doctors at UCLA Hospital who are taking great care of Kareem now. And that was on Friday past. Speaking of basketball again, Bryce James and Justin Pippen, two NBA legacy kids, lead Sierra Canyon past Coronado in commanding fashion at Chosen One Invitational. Bryce James checked in at USC Gallon Center with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter as Sierra Canyon, which is located in Chatsworth, California, faced Coronado from Las Vegas in the Chosen One Invitational. It's the same court his brother, Bronny, logged his first minutes back playing basketball after suffering cardiac arrest 5 months ago. It was in the news that LeBron had planned on taking off that Tuesday when a regular Lakers game was scheduled. So, Dad, LeBron James, and the rest of his family walked in right before tip-off and took their seats courtside, except for Bronny, who was traveling with his team for USC's games against Auburn on Sunday afternoon. James isn't the only player on Sierra Canyon who comes from an NBA background. NBA legend Scottie Pippen was also sitting on the baseline watching his youngest son, Justin, play. My dad has just taught me to stay aggressive and have a short-term memory, Pippen told Yahoo Sports. It's always that next play mentality, and I've really learned that from him and my brother, Scottie Pippen Jr. The 6'4" point guard is one of the biggest risers in the senior class and the leading scorer for Sierra Canyon this season. Pippen finished with a full stat line, netting 21 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Pippen's recruitment is just heating up with UC Santa Barbara, Stanford, Texas A&M all offering, and Georgia and Missouri showing interest. James, a 6'4" shooting guard, has taken unofficial visits to Ohio State and USC and is taking the recruiting process in strides. His brother kept his recruitment completely under wraps. The same can be expected of LeBron's youngest son. Bryce has a nice touch around the rim in transition, can finish through contact, and a promising jump shot with his high release and shooting mechanics. Sierra Canyon extended its record to 10-1 and will face Burroughs High School, Burbank, California, in the Santa Barbara tournament December 27. Speaking of Sierra Canyon, This is going back a little bit. Kanye West said, all y'all with kids at Sierra Canyon, my kids go to Donda. Well, before I get into all of this, this was back in 2022, like the fall of 2022. And the comment was, my kids go to Donda, all y'all kids go to Sierra Canyon. Come to find out that the children that Kanye West has with Kim Kardashian do attend Sierra Canyon. So that being said, and the fact that it was in, I think, September of 2022, it opens the door for a comment that Trevor Noah made on his show, In Between Scenes. Someone asked, what about this beef with Kanye? And in all fairness, this is from October of 2022. So addressing a comment about him beefing with Kanye, Trevor says, the beef takes two people, and I have no beef with Kanye. And the essence, flavor, nuances of his response, I appreciate. It was like his explanation was that he has been a long time admirer of Kanye West with his music, so forth and so on. And let us not forget that in 2020, Kanye has successfully had his name added to the presidential ballot for people to vote on it. So, and then shortly after this, the first incident occurred with him being extremely vocal was when Taylor Swift was receiving her awards at the Grammys. So Trevor Noah weighs in and he says, since it has come to light that Kanye West does have mental issues for which he has been prescribed medication, that when he is not on his medication, speaking of reporters, paparazzi, and other people, it's not the best time to want to ask him for a comment. I think it's not being respectful. And if you do have a subject that you would like to ask him to comment on, it would be better to do it when he is on his medications. So I think that was pretty well thought out. No, a beef takes two people. I'm not beefing with Kanye. Trevor Noah, October 2022. So here we are now. I think the last thing that I saw on Kanye was that he was traveling to Australia with his wife. And then there was a short thing on X, formerly Twitter, where he asked Nicki Minaj to accept a phone call from him so that they could discuss a song that they have together to be released on his new album. And it was just 2 or 3 sentences in context. So, speaking of things and connecting Trevor's admiring of Kanye, some people will refer to Kanye as a musical genius. I think Picasso was the last album I think that I know of that he released. Talk about geniuses for a minute. And in that context, we'll just limit it to those people with money, specifically those on the billionaires list. Excuse me. So let's just start this now. Elon Musk. His accomplishments with SpaceX and as CEO of Tesla, and introducing Starlink. Most recently, Starlink, he had a conversation with some of the leaders in Israel about having Starlink introduced into conflict areas. Israel, Hamas, most recently. Elon Musk has an IQ of 155. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, also Blue Horizon Space. And I think between the two of them, Elon Musk with SpaceX and Jeff Bezos with Blue Horizons have made great strides in exploring space economically, or the economic exploration of space. Okay, so Jeff Bezos has an IQ of 145. Mark Zuckerberg, co-founder of Facebook, has an IQ of 152. Bill Gates has an IQ of 157. And this is the first time I've heard this, 157 plus or minus 6. And that's according to mathematical analysis based on SAT averages with the coefficient of 0.8. And just to round it off and to add a little flavor to the list, Snoop Dogg's IQ of 147 is considered extremely high, and that of a gifted genius, putting him in an elite category of intelligence. Many fans doubted the authenticity of the score, but Snoop Dogg's accomplishments in music, business, and charity work support the idea that he is a genius. And then, kind of rounded off my comment that I would attach to this list, I think we can all agree that in some point in time, all these geniuses with all this money have done or said something where you might think, I don't know if I would have done that. I'm just saying, adding a little bit of humor to it. Anyway, genius and billionaire list there. Speaking of the 2020 elections, when President Biden first came into office, and Kanye was one of those listed on the presidential ballot, and along with Donald Trump as the sitting president at the time. Lately, for myself, I've been seeing comments that Biden is low in the polls and things are going this way and that way, and Trump's name is still being thrown in the hat. And as I'd mentioned before, they wanted to take they being the operative word, wanted to take it in front of the Supreme Court about him being on the presidential ballot. Supreme Court's response was that they would not hear, that argument. And since it's already constitutional, he stated that anybody involved in insurrection of the government or towards the government cannot run for president. I think that's a given. But I think their response was that it would be up to the party and to the states, or up to the party, not to put his name on the ballot. So I'm thinking, people spend a lot of time and money on ink just to keep his name, in the public eye, connected to things that are not supposed to be happening. So that's how that goes. So the Republicans had their debates or whatever and had their nominees up. Democrats obviously have President Biden. I think two more people have, submitted their names. But we're still heading toward 2024 presidential election. So a day ago, an article appeared in the USA Today, and it was entitled, "Biden Holds the Record for Most Votes Ever Received." And I thought this was be a good time to throw this in because, all kinds of comments are swirling about President Biden presently and so forth and so on, and what his next 4 years in office would be like to make it a full term as president. So I'm just going to share this with you. as it reads. I may leave some parts out, but we'll just go with it. It may seem like just yesterday that we voted in the 2020 presidential election, but the 2024 race is quickly approaching. President Joe Biden is a Democratic frontrunner, but Arthur Mary Ann Williamson and Minnesota Representative Dean Phillips are challenging him for the 2024 bid. With former President Donald Trump showing a lead over other Republican hopefuls and polling well against Biden, the Biden campaign is gearing up for another Biden versus Trump race. Feeling deja vu? Here's everything to know about the numbers that won Biden the presidency in 2020. How many people voted for Biden in 2020? Biden received more than 81 million votes in the 2020 presidential election, according to the Federal Election Commission. That's just over 51% of the popular vote. Biden holds the record for most votes ever won by a U.S. presidential candidate. He received 306 electoral votes, well past the 270 needed to win. The Electoral College is a presidential voting process established in the Constitution. Generally, the candidate who won the most votes in a state gets all that state's electoral votes, though Maine and Nebraska split up these votes. For example, Maine cast 3 of its 4 electoral votes in the 2020 election for Biden and 1 for Trump. How many electoral votes a state gets is based on its population size and how many members of Congress it has. So it gives a list of the states that Biden won electoral votes in, and then it continues. Who won the popular vote in 2020? Biden won both the popular vote and the Electoral College in the 2020 election. Winning the popular vote does not necessarily guarantee the presidency, thanks to the Electoral College. There have been 5 presidents who lost the popular vote but won the presidency. In 2016, for example, Trump won 304 electoral votes to Hillary Clinton's 227, but lost the popular vote by almost 2.9 million votes. So, all those things come to bear consideration as we approach 2024. And voting for the president. That's it. Hashtag